Well, hey, y'all.
Hey.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to another edition of Backcountry Couples, episode
It's 10.
10.
We made it to 10.
Woo.
I know, right?
Can we quit now?
No, this is just the beginning.
Oh,
This
man.
is just the beginning. So this is very, very exciting.
Is it?
It is, absolutely. So episode 10. Happy pre-Friday, everybody. Well, cheers to that.
Slancha.
Yep, there you go.
Anyways.
I love it. So welcome back.
Hopefully everybody's... That's all, folks.
Right on.
Hopefully everybody's having a good week.
We did.
I know, I just washed my truck and it's raining like a mother outside.
Right. So the weather's been kind of wild around here.
Warm.
Yeah, warm through like everybody everywhere else, which is crazy.
Humid.
I know. So me, we got lots going on. A couple little things to kind of take care of before we get into anything else. Okay, so we have no live stream next Thursday.
Someone's not going to be here.
I'm going home.
This is home. Thank you very much.
Oh, it is home. This is home. That is true. This is home now. I am going back to Canada. So yay!
Canada.
I'm so excited. So we are, I'm gone for a whole week, which is awesome. So there's going to be no live stream next Thursday, but the following Thursday, we are going to be up in...
Don't mind me. I'm just interacting with the chat.
The following Thursday, so the 9th, we're going to do a Backcountry Couples. It's not going to be a live stream, but it's going to be an interactive
Interview
chat. So we've already pre-interviewed somebody that was more comfortable doing it that way than they were doing, this kind of thing, which is fine.
We're not naming any names.
No, well, they'll know who they are, right? But
not till Monday,
right? So we'll announce it on Monday. But the following Monday in two Mondays. But no, because there's no live stream next week. So I'm going to be in Canada.
2 Mondays, right?
So, but what we're going to do with that, it's going to be a premiere. So it'll be listed as a premiere. You'll still be able to interact on YouTube in the chat for the premiere, but just it's not going to be like a one-on-one, this kind of thing. But it's fun, entertaining. It's awesome. So yeah. And everyone knows we're heading out to Isle Royal. So everybody cross your fingers and your toes and your eyeballs and everything else. There's a 200-acre burn happening right now, just north
I got a lag going on.
of where we are flying into. So firefighters, rangers, everyone is like working diligently right now.
But it's supposed to rain this weekend.
Yeah, we have, I think there's like a 3-day of rain coming in the forecast, which is amazing. So excited for that.
Yep.
And I did speak with, if anybody saw our Instagram post, I spoke with the seaplanes who we are flying in on. And they said that so far they don't see like any kind of disruptions at all, which is awesome. Yes. But just to kind of keep in touch with them so they know what's going on and we know what's going on and all that fun kind of stuff. So so that's that. It's exciting. We always have stuff going on. What else do we have happening here? And then based on that Isle Royal thing, we actually did a gear loadout video. Yeah. So if you have an opportunity, go check it out. See all the stuff we're cramming into 2 35-liter packs.
This green shirt is almost on the fringe of like blending in with the. I can see it. I'm kind of like almost translucent.
You're shimmering actually. It looks nice. I like it.
Almost like I'm on the water.
Yeah.
Anyways,
kind of. So
if y'all want to be on Backcountry Couple, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your mom, tell your dad.
Yeah.
Tell your sisters, tell your second cousin. Anyway.
Cousin?
I don't care.
My second cousin.
Tell them to just email us at keelquest@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we'll get you all on.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm excited for those. There's lots of fun couples coming up, which is really cool. So
especially today.
Today. I'm excited about today. But hang on. We want to talk about
our sponsor.
We do. Mick Wick.
Right.
Where are you?
Over.
I'll move my head.
There.
Who we love. We generally love these guys. They are amazing. And again, everyone they put together this beautiful little a thank you for your participation in Backcountry Couples live stream. And they just said, please accept this small gift as a token of our appreciation. So it's from us and Patrick and his team at Mickwick. So check them out. They are on Instagram and they have a web page, and you can always use code KeelQuest for 15% off. So that's exciting. And who do we have in the chat, hon? Who do we got so far?
Oh, we got Backcountry Paddler. We have
Mark,
Tony and Jamie Adventures.
Tony and Jamie, hey.
Brothers
That's
Camping.
nice. You guys made it.
Al Outdoors.
Al Outdoors. Al, it's been forever. Nice to see you.
He asked if you were going to come over to get some Canadian coffee.
Put that up there. So you mean like Tim Hortons? I don't know. I am honestly this trip. So I'm only gone for 7 days this time around, and it's the whirlwind tour. I can't do everything all at once. I'm dying to see everybody. So this time it's just family. I'm hardly even going to see my friends, the kids, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So but next time we're going to have to try doing something. So, and I mean, I would love to do a get together with all of our Ontario people and Ontario friends and stuff like that. So
that's down the road.
And that'll be down the road, but I'd love to plan that. That'd be really cool.
Sure.
Oh, Tony and Jamie love Tim Hortons too. I know, right? So just a quick thing. So everybody knows it's never a quick thing with me. Just one more thing. That's what I always say. But so everybody has Doritos, right?
Somebody go get a book.
Awesome, which is fun. So, and Canada always has these really crazy flavors. Canada just put out ketchup Doritos, everybody. How crazy does that sound, right?
Gross.
I got to get me some of them.
No.
I don't.
That's
I don't know.
I
don't know.
It's not part of the keto way.
Anyways, we have fun stuff happening tonight. But if you have a question for our couple of the evening, what are we going to do, honey?
Just put it in the chat. And we'll ask it. We'll bring it up.
But put it in the form of a question. Like say question.
Oh, that part.
That's what you need to do, love.
Okay, yeah.
Isn't he cute? I love him.
No cute.
Anyways.
Yes, put in form of question, all capital letters, so I can see it easily and post it.
And we'll pop it up. Absolutely. So here we go.
Our couple.
Are you ready?
Of tonight.
Yeah. We're taking it to the south this week. This adventure-seeking couple is from Georgia.
Sausage, biscuits, and gravy?
Is it? I don't know. We're going to find out.
Cheesy grits?
Maybe.
Oh, I love grits.
Stop it. Their Instagram bio states they are backpackers, hikers, and beer enthusiasts. Well, cheers to that. I like that already. They do reviews, tutorials, and try to put out a new video every week. You can find them on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. This is their way of sharing their journeys with the world. So let's welcome Southern Hike, Taylor and Rachel.
Hey. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Of course.
And thanks for rescheduling, first off.
Oh, of course. No problem at all.
That was obviously beyond our control. It was nutty, crazy, and yes, thanks for your patience. So I'm glad it all worked out that we were able to do it this week.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
And then we were talking in the green room and John was like, yep, and it's raining out. So at least it's not storming. So we're good this time around, right?
Well, I mean, that could be a reason why our lag is a little bit.
Oh, I think, and that's true too.
Because
there is a
rain.
bit of a lag. It's not crazy, but there's something going on there for sure.
At least our audio's
I know. How are you two?
Doing great.
Good. Awesome. Well, welcome.
All right. Well, give us a little rundown. Tell us a little about Southern Hike and about what you're all about.
Yeah.
You got it, Taylor.
She's like, this is yours, honey.
So y'all kind of spilled the beans a little bit already, but I guess when we got married, we love to travel, and I was like, let's kind of record everything. That way we can look back and show our kids and our family what we've done and where we've been. And, I had really no intentions of the avenue it kind of went. It was really more supposed to be about traveling, just kind of to keep up with everything. And we both love to be outdoors, and got into backpacking, and just like I've been camping, and she's been camping our entire life. And it just kind of went from there. We just kind of grew and it just found a niche that we enjoyed, and love sharing it and then doing the reviews and stuff. I'm just like a gear nerd, period. So
You are.
just went from there.
You're labeled now.
But I love it though. I love it.
Did you guys both grow up camping then?
Yes. My dad, so I have a twin sister and then I had a brother and we all went camping like literally every weekend.
Wow.
So that's where I grew up, like outdoors, like never inside. So my dad loves it. So
That
Then
is awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, then I kind of same way. I was more car camping, I guess, with my truck and stuff when we were younger, and it was not about ultralight gear when we were younger. I mean, I carried all kinds of heavy stuff. I had no money, so whatever I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is
And
awesome.
Throw
Yeah,
yeah,
I
back
mean,
the
we
truck
didn't-
and off we go.
Right?
That's exactly right. Didn't have sleeping pads or anything like
No.
that. As a teenager, I just slept on the ground. So yeah, wouldn't do that now. But
No, man. I used to have an old Dodge truck, man. And my parents upgraded their couch and I took all the cushions off the old couch before I went to the dump, and that was my
That's the way
mattress
to
in the
do
back of the truck.
I feel like, okay, here, look at what Backcountry Paddler just said. He's like, I feel we have so much in common. Haha. It's so true. I feel like we all just started doing that, right? That's so funny.
Yep, ultra heavy and
I know.
whatever's available.
Exactly. I always love to say how I found you two. And I found you two in two ways, actually. So I found you on Instagram first, honestly. And I didn't know how I even came about. You kind of popped up on that little, you shouldn't know kind of thing or interest
Yeah.
or whatever.
recommend.
And I loved how your Instagram feed looked. Like I was like, wow, these guys are all like outdoor stuff, obviously, right? It looks like really pretty and stuff. It was like looked like it was really well thought out. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then obviously followed you on YouTube. And I love your intro.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
I
love
love it.
intro. It is so nice.
All props to you.
Yeah, I haven't put it in as many as our recent videos as I used to. I didn't know if people liked it or not, so I throw it in there every once in a while just for kicks.
I love it. I'm
have a
good.
fan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, I thought it was so cool. Everybody has to follow these guys. They're just amazing. So you guys are from Georgia.
Yeah.
And other than people saying, oh, I hiked the AT, we started in, Georgia to Maine. What is in Georgia? Like, what are there hiking trails and trips that people like go to?
Stone Mountain.
I don't know.
No, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a very popular spot.
I still haven't
Okay.
done it.
Yeah, it's not really a secret, but neither one of us have ever
Yeah,
been
I've
there
never
actually.
done it.
Okay.
I was there when I was 12.
Just because we're both all about avoiding the really popular spots,
Mhm.
so it's a very popular area. So
Is
we kind
it?
of it's all the time, even on the times
During
when you
the
wouldn't
week,
think it
yeah.
during the week and stuff too. Like people come from out of town, it gets visited a lot. But there's a trail. We've actually done a lot of videos on it. The Pine Mountain Trail that's like 20 minutes
20
from
minutes
us.
from our house.
And-
So
Oh, that's
super
nice.
convenient.
And it's about 45 miles worth of trail. The actual through hike of it's like 23 miles. But there's a bunch of loops, but
Beautiful waterfalls,
yeah.
like really pretty views, and
lots of incline and
Yeah.
decline.
yeah.
But it's very rocky too, so it kind of beats your feet up a lot.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's a very pretty spot. It's a pretty spot. There's a lot of other YouTubers that actually go there a lot. So that's really how I found out about a lot of other people is their content kept coming up with ours. And
Okay.
we're supposed to meet up with some of them in the
Yeah.
fall. We'll see.
You
But-
are? Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun. That's
But-
in Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the trail here, yeah. So
Okay.
as far as more south than us, it gets really flat. We're like the last of the Appalachian Mountains, basically.
Okay.
But then everything else is north of Atlanta, and there's
Yeah.
tons of stuff up there, not just the start of the AT, but we went to Cloudland, which is more
Oh, that was
northwest, and that was
beautiful.
absolutely
Oh.
beautiful. We went there and we took Duke with us, and
And he loved it.
he was a trooper. So
That's amazing. That's
But
crazy.
we always travel a lot, and we've been talking about we really need to go around more places in Georgia. We have so
Georgia.
much here at home that we need to visit, but we love out west. So
I know. It's hard not to love out west. Absolutely.
so pretty.
But I mean, there is something to be said about, exploring stuff in your own backyard too.
yeah,
because that's what we find that we did this past year when we didn't travel crazy. So we just explored a lot of Michigan. Have you guys ever been to Michigan?
Rachel hasn't. So
I have not.
my stepdad is that my mom married when I was real young. He's from Michigan, St.
Okay.
Joseph, Michigan.
Okay.
And so so when I was young,
St. Joe.
Oh, that's south of us then. Okay. Yeah. Yo, he's got the hand map. Where's Tony and Jamie? He's got the hand map out. They love it.
Yeah. St. Joe's over here.
So I went there a lot when I was younger, when I was a teenager. Now, once I started going to college and stuff, I didn't go with them anymore. So it's been a good while now, but we would go up there a lot and just go to Lake Michigan and then Warren Dunes. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah, the state park. I went there a few times too. That climbing those dunes wear you out real fast, but I do remember doing that in Michigan.
Oh yeah, sand hiking sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
we know all about that.
Yeah, you do. I know. We'll talk about that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should put Michigan on your list to revisit.
Well, we want to go to Pictured Rocks, but it seems like everybody's going there. So
I know we haven't even been there yet.
No.
I've talked to a couple other YouTubers, and they're all like, I was asking them, have y'all been to Pictured Rocks? And like, yeah, we've already got that on the schedule, or we've already been there. I'm like, man, everybody's going there.
I know. It is kind of wild, actually. Well, we'll have to plan that. Maybe we'll do that little trip together or something. It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
that'd be 40.
Awesome. Cool.
What, 45 miles?
I think it's a 42-mile.
42
hike.
miles.
Yeah.
It's not crazy.
No.
People do it, 4 days, 5 days, whatever, for sure. So you guys are loving national parks. I feel like, are you crossing them off your list? Is that part of your agenda?
In a way, in a way, I've we talk about, because, not to be spoiler, but we'd like to have kids, so we want to save some for them too, for us visiting the first time. But, and then we definitely want to go back to a few we've been to and take kids, but we would love to visit as many as we can, but we're just kind of taking it as it comes, really. No rush to visit them all.
Right. I know. It is pretty wild.
Yeah.
He's nature boy. So you had in 2019, was Yosemite the first national park you guys went to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
And then why did you choose that one?
Oh, man,
you can tell them why we went.
I mean, we went on our honeymoon there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It was
cool.
it was so beautiful. That's another one we want to visit again.
Yeah.
You would revisit that one? Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's so much to do there.
Okay.
We spent 4 days and we didn't feel like we did anything. So
wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And the way we stumbled upon it is I'd originally I was trying to hunt stuff for our honeymoon in California. And we were originally looking at Northern California, but then I don't even remember exactly what it was that got me to Yosemite, but there was one hike that somebody talked about there called Clouds Rest. And I watched a YouTube video on it, and I fell in love, and then didn't even know much about Half Dome at the time. And I was I showed it to Rachel, and she was
oh yeah,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
And so we were well, we can go to San Francisco first, and then we spent a couple days there, went to a brewery or a couple breweries, and and then we went out to Yosemite for 4 days.
It was amazing.
It was
That's
awesome.
Crazy. So it's hard when you go to a national park. I feel like everybody always does the whirlwind tour. Do you know what I mean? It's there's so much to see, so much to do. But did you plot everything out on what you wanted to do ahead of time? So you had a bit of an agenda then, or?
Yeah, pretty much everyone we've done. I'm a researcher crazy. Rachel knows.
Yeah, he researched.
I'll research stuff for months. So I kind of set our goals for all the ones we've been to, and we just kind of went with that. And it's all about avoiding the most popular spots. The only park that you can't avoid the popular spots is Zion, because there's not really a lot unless you get in the backcountry of Zion. But
okay.
Yeah. We did go to Angels Landing in Zion at 6 o'clock in the morning, so we could avoid the crowd.
Early.
So
right. So were you advised to do that? Because I've seen lots of warnings say, "Hey, either come 5 a.m. or come at 8 p.m. or whatever." The weird kind of times or something.
Times.
Yeah.
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 So
So
did
we
they suggest that?
Well, I had read a lot of people like reading from like all trails and stuff saying get there super early, and then like the best time to go is like really early spring. And so we went like, because I don't know if y'all are familiar, but they won't let you in the park after a certain date through the summer without being in a shuttle, so you can't take your own vehicle.
Okay, no, I never heard that.
Huh.
So they were literally, I don't know why I picked that weekend, but they were literally starting to shuttle that weekend we were there. So the first day we were able to drive ourselves in. Then the second day when we did the Narrows, we had to shuttle in. Yeah. But luckily the first day we were able to, for Angels Land, we were able to drive in, and it was like it was
super early. I'm glad we got there early.
and it was like 40 degrees and the wind was blowing really hard.
What?
And so you get up there on that cliff edge and it's a little intimidating when it's really cold and windy like that too, and it was still ice. So but yeah, we did that. It worked out best. And when we were coming down, it was just amazing how many people were coming up, because when we started there was barely anybody. And then coming down it was very nervous because of the chains.
Because you have to hold on to chains, and like you're trying to share the chains with people. Yeah. So you're like,
like and one hand people don't want to share. Yeah. And then you're trying to cross somebody and they don't want to let go.
They're right. Like, nope.
You got to share the chain,
Wow. Yeah. And I don't know if I like that, but I know what you mean. Like, so that's why you look for things or the trails that are less populated,
That's right.
Yeah.
So quick story on that. Rachel didn't actually know what she was in for until we got to the chains. I didn't think she would do it if I told her. So
and I'm glad you didn't.
Right?
So I was like, let's do this amazing hike. You go up to this peak, and I didn't tell her about the details. And so when we got up to there, I was like, so there's these chains you have to hold on to, and we're going to be on the edge of a cliff the whole time, just FYI.
Like,
so
what?
What? Huh? And it was windy that day, so it made it even more scary. Yeah.
And did you have your packs on too?
Yeah. We just had some small day packs.
Oh, just like a day pack or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's no water up there, so you have to bring all your water with you.
Okay. So note to self, Rachel, research. Now, when he brings up an idea, you need to find out what you're getting yourself into.
He's done it like more times than once. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, but we're here anyway, so whatever, let's do it.
Might as well do it, right?
Yeah. And I did it, so whatever.
Yeah, she's good.
I'm trying to convince her to do Half Dome at Yosemite. And I
researched that one.
Yeah, you've seen Half Dome. So
yeah, no.
So no.
It's
like I'm gonna get her. She's gonna do it.
No.
She's gonna do it.
I don't think I would do that one either.
Mm-mm.
I don't think. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Just like you're gonna go hammock camping.
We'll talk about that later. But okay, so Colorado.
Oh,
yeah.
That is like a love for you two.
It is.
We're just lamenting right now. It's like, Colorado.
Please.
I think we're both like I'm a hunter, so like we're both big wildlife people too.
Yeah.
And Colorado, not only are the trails beautiful and the mountains beautiful, but there's tons of wildlife too. And it's not just hunting them, but being able to see the wildlife, is something beautiful out there.
Yeah.
And that's our trip to Oregon. We didn't see any wildlife, so that was something totally different.
Yeah,
so, but Colorado for us, Georgia people, the altitude destroys us.
Yeah.
But
literally,
we survive.
Okay. What kind of hunting do you do?
Deer, dove, duck.
Okay.
Oh, you do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Rachel does the deer.
I just do deer.
Okay. Do you bow hunt or do you
rifle?
Okay.
I bowed a little bit, but it's very hot during the beginning of bow season here.
Okay.
And sitting in a stand in like 90. Sorry, our dog.
His guitar.
It's all good.
Here you go.
Sitting in a stand in 90 degrees it's not fun.
It's not fun. Yeah.
No.
That's true. Is there a good time to go hiking in Georgia? Because we were going to hook up with the Stringers and we were going to go, I think the second week of August, we were going to go to
that was
Kentucky. And they were like, you are not coming hiking. We are not doing it because it's just ridiculously hot. Like it's not happening. You know what I mean? So like, is there a time that is better to do it where you guys are? Like
Any time from probably like from mid-May till mid-September
Yeah.
is probably a no-go. And it's not
so
not really the heat as much, it's the humidity. The
Okay.
humidity just doesn't leave. So
Wow.
and I mean, some people can manage it a lot better than me. I don't know, Rachel could probably manage it better than me, but like me and humidity just don't do well.
They don't mix well.
Okay.
So like as far like I don't mind it during the day, but it's just sleeping in that type of humidity is just awful.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
That's true.
that's why we try to do our out west. Obviously, but you can't do it out west in the winter anyways because of snow and stuff and ice. But we try to do our out west trips during the summertime here because it's a no-go to backpack here. And so we do most of our backpacking here and in the Smokies in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Very cool.
it is cool. So when you guys are in the Smoky Mountains, like, are you guys crossing off like part of the AT and stuff like that then too?
Yes. So I don't want to spill too many details, but like we're going to do a fall trip to the Smokies, and we're probably going to do a little bit of that. Not to say too much, but
Okay.
it's still in the works right now. That's one of the reasons too. I don't know the exact plan yet, but we've done a few loops, and then we did one. We did one earlier this year that turned into an interesting adventure. We brought some friends, but they were not prepared for the type of weather. No. So,
okay, what did they think they were going to get into? Like, what were they thinking?
Well, one of them's becoming a doctor, so she didn't have a lot of time to prepare, and
Gotcha.
I kept trying to warn them that you need to prepare for really cold temperatures,
like super cold.
And they'd been backpacking before, but it had been a while, and so they were under prepared for the coldness, and
Ooh.
They ended up having to bail in the middle of the trip.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah.
What temperatures were y'all getting down to?
The last night we were there, it was in the mid-teens.
Yeah, teens.
So
Well, that's chilly.
Oh,
yeah.
And for backpacking, heck yeah.
Yeah, that's like frost on stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That morning,
kind of like we had.
Yeah.
And it was cold enough that that morning when we got up, I got out to go get water because obviously you don't want to like save any water through the night in those kind of temperatures. So I went to go filter water, and as soon as I brought the water back, it froze on me instantly. So
no way!
Yeah,
it was so cold.
Yeah, it was very cold. But the funny part was the last night when they bailed, they had left a bunch of snacks and stuff, and so it was really cold. So we just like ate all their snacks and huddled around the fire.
That'll teach them, right?
Yeah.
But do they want to go out again though? Like, are they just like,
they do,
okay, good.
Yeah.
Did you say watch our YouTube channel so you know what to do? Right?
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, I told them multiple times. I was like, guys, just be prepared. It's going to be very cold. You need a lot of layers. You need good sleeping pads, which that was their biggest problem. They didn't have. They had sleeping pads, but they needed some high R value pads for what we were doing.
And then sleeping bags. They had like old.
Yeah, they had old sleeping bags. And then they brought, not to like talk about these people all night, but then they brought entire jars of peanut butter and jelly.
Jelly, bagels.
Yeah, so they were carrying a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Dang, I mean, winter gear is heavy enough, but holy
I know, right?
Let's just put the pantry on the back and
the backpacking pantry. Oh, that is something, right? That's actually pretty funny. And if you're watching, hi.
Exactly.
You learn. That's how you learn, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. Wow. So let's talk Oregon. Well, we're just on national parks and all that kind of fun stuff. You were just there.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. Or about Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just there.
So, let's see. I was trying to remember. So, let's see. This year's my 30th birthday.
Woo!
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
30.
Back at the beginning of the year, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do. We kind of tossed around a bunch of stuff. Backpacking wasn't originally the plan for my birthday, but I was getting eager because we had a lot of weddings in the beginning of the year, so we didn't get to backpack as much this spring as we usually do. So I was getting very eager to go, and I was like, we need to do something big, and let's backpack, instead. And I started just sniffing trails, trying to just search around the internet for, I mean, I'll keep it simple. I searched, best American loops for hiking, backpacking, and Timberline Trail. I'm already familiar with the Timberline Trail, but I didn't think about it before. And that was one of the top ones that kept coming up everywhere. And like I did a little bit of research without spoiling it for us too much, and I was like, let's do this one. And so I showed it to her, and I was like, I think this would be awesome. We haven't been to Oregon yet, so it's somewhere new. And that's how it all started. And it was beyond awesome.
It was amazing.
And it's definitely true that I had read a lot that it's not for beginners. And it absolutely wasn't. If we didn't have some previous experience that I hadn't researched a lot, it would have been trouble for sure. It's just, and it's not really gear wise and stuff. It's just the terrain beats you up pretty good. And if you're not experienced with dealing with different types of terrain, it can be traumatic. So.
Well, I know there was sand on the trail there, and I was shocked. I was like,
"Don't give everything away. We want people to go watch their video."
They are going to watch it. Remember, the video number 2 just came out today, so everybody has to go check up on it. It was a great video, like a super video for sure. You're welcome.
Yeah.
And but I was shocked at the sand. I was like, "Where the heck did that come from?" Like, come on, that was nuts.
And not to give away anything in the third video, you see it real bad. So. Towards the end, we really had to deal with it. But I had read a lot that there was a lot of people saying that, I was trying not to watch too much on this because I didn't want to like spoil it for us, and keep us on our edge, But like I'd read a lot that said that it's like walking on beach sand, like the dunes at Warren Dunes. It's like climbing that constantly for miles.
He hates the sand. It's his nemesis.
I hate the sand.
It's not. Poison ivy.
Poison ivy is his nemesis. But sand is like number 2 for sure.
Oh, I hate sand.
And it slows you down so much. And then, and we were there when Oregon was having their second like unusual warm front. So it was very hot. And you're climbing elevation in the sand, so it was beating us up.
Oh, it was so bad. It felt like you were going nowhere.
Making in sand in the heat, man, it amplifies it. But then as soon as that sun goes away, that stuff turns ice cold.
Oh, it gets so cold quickly. That is true. Did you train for this? Like, did you go, hey, we're going to be hiking in the mountains. We should start, do the treadmill or the Stairmaster or something. Or
so usually when we're going to do a trip.
Yeah. Is it called a Stairmaster? What's it called?
Yeah.
It's called a Stairmaster. Where you step, right?
Yep, step up.
So
it is.
When we do a trip like this, we usually, you know how it is if you haven't. We both run, but hiking is different, so it works different muscles. So we always try to do something ahead of time just to kind of get that original beginning soreness out of the way. I'm sorry, our dog is crying for attention.
That's good.
Oh, he's fine.
But anyways, so we went to the Pine Mountain Trail like we talked about, and we did after work a couple nights the week before. We took Duke, and we did like 7 miles one night, and then 8. And then something we have in Georgia is chiggers, and they tore us up.
Chiggers.
It's like a little bug that burrows in your skin.
And they don't show up till days later.
Days later, and they itch very bad.
Are they dangerous?
No, they're not. They don't carry anything like ticks, not from my knowledge or reading, but they just itch really bad.
Okay.
And the only trick that we've all known to use is nail polish on them.
Nail polish.
But when you've been bit like 30 times
you can't use no nail polish.
Coach yourself with nail polish.
You're like a work up piece of art. I like that.
So you got the burgundy.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, but were you prepared for the trip? Like, obviously you're together. You've got enough gear. You're like, not got enough food, all that kind of stuff, but okay.
Yeah, everything went
really
well, actually. The biggest thing that we probably could have done a little different is bringing like camp shoes for this one. Usually we don't. Chiggers do suck. But anyways, we didn't bring camp shoes, and the problem is that we did a lot of water crossings, and like some of them like drenched us as far like a waist down. Yeah, and so like I think like the last night, and we talk about it in the video, we crossed. Our campsite was right on one of the rivers, and so we crossed that evening. And then, so our legs were like, we got to camp and our legs were soaked. So our shoes and everything and our socks. So it'd have been nice to have camp shoes so we could have dried out.
Right.
Yeah.
That is something, I mean, that's always on the list. Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm not going to tell everybody what happens in your videos or it doesn't happen, but,
wait
a minute. Were you allowed fires?
No. It was a statewide fire ban while we're there.
Right. Gotcha.
So they're taking it very serious. Now, the crazy part was the first morning. I didn't say it in the video, but the second day that morning, we there was a PCT hiker that had a fire right there at daybreak. And so when I got out of my tent, he was burning a fire, and I was like, "Really?" I was like,
wow.
I know there's a fire ban if you're doing through hiking." So I don't know. I was a little ill about it, but I wasn't trying to cause conflict. So
And I know, and you don't want to cause conflict, and you almost want to have like what's the right language, right? Like what should you say? You know what I mean? But it's almost like, do you realize how much you're impacting everybody right now, and whatever that looks like? So. I know it is a hard conversation to have with a stranger. Absolutely.
Exactly.
But in the meantime, you go, "What the hell?
Be like,
come on, right?
Be like, dude, put that.
Come on,
exactly.
Oh, God.
Rachel knew I was not happy that morning. I seen it because I woke up and I could see the flashing coming onto the tent.
Yeah, sure.
And I was like, that can't be a fire. So and it was, but he got up and he had left pretty quick right after that.
I bet.
But yeah, the only other thing I was going to say real quick about the trip too is that we were kind of concerned. Rachel knows down to the last month because they had a huge blowdown there on Labor Day last year, and it tore up part of the trail and the PCT also. So they had repaired the PCT and did a reroute, but they did not do the repair for the Timberline Trail. Yeah, and so I reached out to the National Forest, and they had some people that are like locals that were already trying to work on reroutes for everybody. And I had some people send me some info, and then I got a hold of somebody that was going out there, and they confirmed for me that there was a reroute. I was doing my research, and and so I knew that we were okay, especially when the National Forest, people told me it was still good to get around it. So I try to talk about that in the video for anybody else that might be doing it.
Yeah,
they're saying it could be years before that part's repaired. So
wow.
Because I guess you can't have any equipment on any kind of National Forest trails, so they have to do it all by hand. And that's why it takes so long.
Obviously.
Right. You got to hike that stuff in. And it's like.
Yeah. And you know, when you're on a trail, you always see, geez, how did they cut this down out here? But you're right. Someone's like hauling the stuff in their back, right? Like
that's
it's crazy.
And the second day
we ran into
we ran into some people working on it, and then the incline is I don't know if you noticed in the video, I was like huffing and puffing a lot.
I was so tired.
It was the steepest, besides Colorado, a couple places we've been, it was the steepest grade I've ever dealt with
for so long.
Like it was 7 or 8 miles of steep grade.
Straight incline.
Holy moly. So then what was your elevation? Where were you guys at?
So that was why we gained so much on the second day. The first day we went down all day, and so we were down to like only 1,500 feet. And then on the second day, when we set camp, we got all the way back up to 5,400. If that tells you anything, so it was a ton of elevation gain. And so then the third day we go all the way up to 7,300, and I'll keep some of that secret so you can see the video. But, it had its trials then for sure. So going up, not as far as like breathing and stuff, but just being exposed and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Absolutely. All right.
So
you really like doing gear reviews.
Yeah. You're a gearhead. You're a gear junkie. No, you call it. I think that's what you call each other. Yeah, that's it. Gear junkie. I know. So,
go ahead.
Right? Oh, is your beer empty, honey? Yeah. I got the little wiggle of the beer can over here. Sorry.
We share.
So how did you even get involved? Like, what was your first big piece that you bought and you were like, oh my gosh?
Well, at the time when we started getting serious about losing weight off our packs was a sleeping pad. And I was like, I did some research, and the Nemo Tensor is a very popular pad.
People love that.
Yeah, and I mean, be honest, it's worth the money by a landslide, in my opinion. It's worked great for us, and I got it, and we used it, and I was like, well, let's do a little more of the channel. We got into backpacking, and I was like, well, I can start talking about some of these on the channel and just see what happens with it. And honestly, that video still gets a lot of views in itself, and that was coming up on 2 years ago. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. And we started with the pads, and then let's see, we had packs and stuff like that. And I was just trying to, like, for one of our big Colorado trip last year, I was trying to really start cutting more weight. And then I started buying other gear and doing more studying into it. Just trying to get more in the ultralight stuff.
Right.
But we don't like call ourselves ultralight backpackers, but you definitely can get into some gear that will help you save weight, you know. So
Yeah.
because some people don't offend anybody, but some people get a little ridiculous about cutting so much weight. So
Oh my gosh. Right. So I'm sure you've seen like Buckley's latest one is like, is ultra or what is ultra lightweight or is it BS or whatever?
that's right.
Like,
That's
yeah,
right.
it is.
Yeah.
I
it
know,
is.
right? Because we've been packing for our trip, and then and I'm at 22 pounds, and John's at 26.
I'm at 28 pounds with food. That's not.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's all with
Well,
food. If
That's,
you're not with
that's
water.
all our food for.
And he's like,
6
that's not
days.
ultra
That's
light. And I
great.
was like,
Wow,
because,
that's
and
so
that's really
light.
good, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my
I was
opinion,
gonna
that's
say.
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
right?
I'd love
I
to be
mean,
at that weight. So
Right.
We still got a couple bottles of water. So
yeah, but that's
so I'll-
water, but still.
That's.
But I mean, people say, oh, my base weight is like 10 pounds. Get out of here. Come on.
Damn, like-
Right? Exactly.
and that's
I mean, our base weight's probably
It's got to be
under
10 pounds.
Well, yours is going to be in probably under 20. Mine's going to be right at 20.
I bet it's, I don't
Because
know.
I carry the tent, I carry the tarp,
Right.
I carry the cook system.
Right. Do you
So-
guys share the gear?
No.
No.
no. Well, wait. You talking about the weight? You
Yeah.
talking
Like
about-
who
yeah,
carries what?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah.
share the gear when using it, but as far
Yeah.
as carrying it,
He
yeah,
carries it.
I carry most of the weight. I know. I remember. I'm going to do a video on this. Rachel's pack with food and water. I weighed it right before we got on trail. Was 23 pounds,
Yeah.
Okay.
and mine with food and water was 27.
7, yeah.
So I feel like we did pretty good.
You
That's
did great.
yeah, and only that, like, I carried our tent, so that kind of puts me over on
Yeah.
the weight. And on this trip, usually one of us will carry our food, but on this
Yeah.
trip, we decided to carry them
Yeah.
separately. And so, I've done that video where I was talking about the Hilltop bear bags, and
Yep.
we went ahead and got
Right.
another one and just divided it up. And it just kind of made it like when you got 4 days of food for 2 people. I don't even know, that's a lot to pack into your pack.
It is.
So,
Oh, yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
so Rachel always has extra room, and mine's pretty full. So I was like, let's divide it up a little more
Yeah.
as far as food.
That's a
this
good
time.
idea. Absolutely.
And it helped us kind of manage it better too, and be organized.
Organized,
of where's
yeah.
what kind of thing too.
Yeah.
So,
And you use the bag. I love little organization bags too, right? This is lunch or this is breakfast or
Exactly.
whatever it
That's
is,
right.
just for cook
Exactly.
stuff or whatever. And yeah. Did you have to do a PCT hang when you were there, or did you have a bear canister, or did you?
sorry,
Hey.
dog. So our dog keeps hitting the table. We, believe it or not, I found out that, and some people might argue with me on this, but there's not really any bears in that area much, actually,
Okay.
around Mount Hood. There is, but they're not right there on the timberline. It's very low. So I still hung our bear bag, but I wasn't like super concerned with it.
Okay.
I did hang it every night, and I didn't really. I guess I did follow along with the PCT requirements, but I hung it because of critters and stuff too. You know?
Right.
Sure.
I always hang it just to be safe because, for example, in the Smokies earlier this year, the
Yeah,
mice
like
can be
mice
really
everywhere,
bad
yeah.
there
Really?
at night. Yeah, even in 30 degrees, the little field mice were all over the place.
Yeah.
So, you got to watch out.
Right.
And they're aggressive. So
You're aggressive?
yeah, well, not like towards you, but
Use
towards
just
getting
the
your food.
food.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, killer mice. I know. I don't like that. That's crazy.
yeah.
So you guys love to backpack. You like to hike. Do you guys paddle? Like, do you kayak or canoe? You
Yeah.
do?
Yeah,
Okay.
we do. Big. So, I don't know how much y'all know about Georgia, but the Flint River starts in Atlanta and goes all the way to the ocean. And a buddy of mine owns land on the Flint, and so we'll put in where he lives, and then it's like a I don't know how many miles, like 6 or 7 miles.
Yeah.
It takes us about 4 hours,
hours.
depending on how high the water is. And we've
How
done
fast we go.
Yeah, and we've done that kayaking trip.
A
I couldn't
couple
tell you,
times.
not just a couple, many times. And so that's one of our favorites to do in the summer when it's hot. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
and so
Yeah.
yeah, so I
That sounds
actually
like a slow float.
So is it a
Yeah.
float or is it a paddle? Like,
It's a float. It's not.
Yeah.
We don't have any real like white water. There's some areas where you can get into white water, but we kind of, we like to fill the cooler,
yeah, you
and
do.
float down, And there's some spots where it gets a little white water. You got to be careful,
Okay.
because we've all flipped
We
our
all
kayaks,
flip.
so it's nothing like rapid.
too.
floating,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
I
No, you haven't. No.
I actually just sold my kayak to go to a
Titanic,
smaller one.
bye-bye.
So
Okay.
it was called the Titanic
Titanic,
because
huge.
it was 13.
Like huge.
What was it? A fishing kayak?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to
okay.
fish. I like to, it's an angler
Yeah.
kayak, so
Yeah.
I like to fish. And you can still fish and not have a 13-foot kayak. So it was just set on top.
Oh.
Now it's super stable, but I got tired of lugging that thing around.
So heavy.
yeah, and I don't know about around y'all, but kayaks are in really hard demand right now. So
It's
Oh,
stupid.
heck yeah, they are.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I sold it within like a day of
Yeah.
putting it up for sale.
So fast.
we decided this year. My buddy's got another one I can use temporarily. We decided to wait to
That's
buy
cool.
another to next year.
That's awesome. So John has a question. Have you done anything on the Atoa?
We haven't.
Nope.
Oh.
I know all about it, but we haven't.
Is that near you guys too, or?
No, he might have to correct me. I can't that's going to be more northeastern in the state.
Okay.
I think so. We have the Flint is right near us. Then we live really close to the Chattahoochee.
Yeah.
And then Rachel, where she's from, is the Ocmulgee River goes down on that side. And I've done trips in the Ocmulgee too. That's a very pretty river on the more northern section.
Okay. And have you
there's-
guys done like dispersed camping, like where you've kayaked camped along the river?
Before me and
Yes.
Rachel met, I had done it a few times. But
Okay.
since we've been together, we haven't. Just because the people we usually did it with everybody's getting a little older in our age group,
Older,
so everybody's getting a lot more busy. So I've been trying.
That is true.
Yeah, and I've been trying to set it up, but we haven't done it yet. I love doing that too. But I mean, those were the days when I had a full-size Ozark tent and like huge sleeping bags and everything, and I'd have like my kayak just loaded down with stuff,
That's awesome. That's crazy. So what about snow? Like, have you guys done like what was like snowshoeing or like that kind of stuff?
No, because
No.
not really. I mean, we love snow. That's
I
because
love
we don't
snow.
get snow.
Yeah.
I know for
Right,
y'all. I know for
right,
y'all that's a little
right.
different. But we haven't had snow in 2-3 years now. So around here, obviously, won't get into it. But I've always thought about going somewhere else to do it, to get in more to it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to spend the money in some good equipment when
And
you
then
don't
only-
live in that type of
so-
terrain
Right.
too.
To be able to
Yeah.
use it all the time.
It
It
makes
is true.
sense.
There's that investment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trust me.
Because if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. So.
Right. Obviously. That's the gear guy talking right there.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'd say that.
That's so good. All right, let's talk beer. What's with the beer enthusiasts?
Oh,
Okay.
oh gosh. That's,
So when we first started dating, here in Georgia, I don't remember what year it was, is when microbreweries could finally start. It used to be you couldn't have microbreweries, in Georgia. And so like they started popping up all over. Well, when we first started dating, I don't know about where y'all live, but a lot of girls don't drink beer.
no.
So yeah, so Rachel's one.
Michigan, there's a ton of them. Trust me.
Okay. Rachel was one of the few that drink beer here.
Yeah,
so
Rachel!
yeah. So
It tastes so good.
and so we started venturing around, and like one of our first dates, we went to a brewery.
Was a brewery?
And then after that, we were like, well, let's go around and start visiting breweries, and trying different stuff. And man, we've probably been to 40 or 50 now.
Yeah.
And so every time we go to a town we haven't been to, we always look for a brewery.
Always, yeah.
A matter of fact, when we were in Portland, before we left, we went to a brewery.
yeah.
So
Nice.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. We did the same thing.
We have about 84 in the general proximity of Grand Rapids.
Where we are. Yeah, like it's crazy. And then
We're
tell them
not
what Michigan
there.
is.
Well, we're not Beer City, USA for nothing.
Did you know that? Michigan
No.
is Beer City, USA.
I
Twice.
did not know that.
Yeah. It's
We need to
great.
go there.
Yeah, you do.
There-
Right?
there's is it Bell? Is that from Michigan?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Okay.
Oh, Bells.
Yeah,
And
Bells.
then
Yes.
I got Founders.
Founders.
You've heard
Yeah.
of Founders?
cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bell's down in Kalamazoo, and
Yep.
of course, Founders is our largest one here.
It's
in
kind of
Grand
like our
Rapids.
home
Yeah.
beer kind of thing
Is
or
it-
whatever.
Is it Two-Tailed Fish? that Bale does? I can't remember.
Too hearted.
Too hard a ale.
Is that
Yeah.
it? Yeah, is that what it's called? I don't know why I was
yeah.
thinking fish. Yeah.
Well, because it has trout on the.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Oh,
one.
there
So
you
they
go.
they
So
sell
that-
that one here.
That beer was voted the #1 beer in the United States.
Oh, wow.
We love
Well,
that.
that explains a lot because
It's so
I get it a
good.
lot. So when we're at the store,
So yeah,
There
it's,
you go.
It is a very good beer. I mean, it's is it an IPA?
It
Can't
is.
remember.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not a huge IPA fan. So
Yeah.
oh,
Oh man.
We're not friends anymore.
I like stouts, porters, multi
yeah.
style beers, and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Mm.
Right.
Or,
That's
I mean, I love a good pilsner. Don't get me wrong there.
Yeah,
we try to. Rachel's a little bit more focused than I am, but I like to try a little of everything.
Yeah.
But it depends on the situation, depending on what I'll drink. But I really like IPAs more than anything.
Yeah.
right.
But I mean, when the time's permitting, I'll drink a light beer too. So I'm a little bit all over the place. So.
There you go. Are you guys near Cartersville?
Oh, of course.
No, I know where
Corona.
Cartersville is. We're not.
Okay.
There we go.
We're south
That's
of
a good
Atlanta.
one.
Now you can
That's
read
a
it.
good choice.
Yeah.
Corona
Corona.
Premier.
Oh, he's drinking Corona.
Yeah, that's my light beer.
But I'm going home to drink some heavy Canadian beer.
Oh.
Right?
So
Heavy hitters there.
we had a whole just
That
It's more alcohol per volume in Canada.
maybe for like your
Yes, it is.
for
Yes,
your
it
canned cheap beer.
Yeah.
Like but
Anyways.
craft beer, we kick all your butt.
Yeah, you probably do. That's true. That's
So to tell you a story is before, I don't want to say the word on here, but for the events that happened in the world the last couple of years,
right.
we had a whole plan to go to Banff. And obviously they got ruined when that
Yeah.
happened. So
Yep.
we had done passports, got everything straightened out, and then that plan got canceled. So
That sucks. I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Wanted to go.
yeah, so we really want to go to Canada. So
Keep it on your list. Absolutely. I
Well,
know.
y'all have had a lot of
Mom's in the
guests
house.
on here. Go ahead.
What was that?
Said mom's
Yep.
in the house.
Oh, that's my mother. Hi,
Oh.
Mom. I'll see you on Wednesday. I'm making my rounds. It's crazy. Okay, so we got the puppy. It's National Dog Day.
Yes.
Right?
And
Introduce
he's-
your puppy.
He's trying to tear my arm off right now. I'm not entertaining him.
Show everybody your puppy.
Dude, come here, buddy.
Come here.
He's more worried about my arm right now.
Oh, God.
Come to mom. Come over here.
So you got,
Be
this is
careful, baby.
Duke, right?
This is Duke.
This is Duke.
How
He's
old is he?
busy. He is 10 months today.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
And so he's full on puppy.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
He-
a golden retriever, but is red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
lot more Irish setter in him. He's definitely settling down a lot. He's still a puppy for sure.
Yeah, we can
But-
tell.
Yeah, he usually only does this when we're talking to someone.
Right.
Yeah, and we're not
It's like a
entertaining him.
kid.
He's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Here I am, hi.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Doogie.
That is
Right.
so true.
Yeah.
So-
That is funny. So, why did you choose the golden retriever?
Well, I've always wanted, for some reason, I've always thought golden retrievers were the best, like, family dogs. So
Right.
we're going to have a family one day.
Right.
And I was like, I want a golden retriever, but I was really particular about the color because I have friends, so I'm from Savannah. So
Yeah.
I have friends who've had like reds before, and I've always wanted a red. And Taylor did his research and found Duke. So that's how it
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's a trooper on trail.
Oh, he loves it.
Yeah,
I can't even hold him.
he keeps us up.
Yeah.
He's the one in charge.
That's-
We're on trail.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And then how is he with like sleeping in the tent, and have you had him on a sleepover?
We haven't gotten there
Not
yet.
yet.
Okay. Okay.
We're working on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more concerned, gear is one thing, because I don't want him to tear into our gear. But my other thing is that he gets nervous about a lot of unusual sounds, and I don't know if
Okay.
he'll like freak out,
If you
So
barking.
we're gonna. My thought right now is to go somewhere where we can bail quickly if we need to.
Yeah.
And the Pine Mountain Trail does have some of their campsites are close to a parking lot. So if we needed a bail, we can kind of test fire it and see if we need to bail, we can.
That's a
So,
good idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds real good.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really good. And then I'm obviously if it's on leash, you keep them on leash or whatever. One of the things that we don't have a dog yet. We're dying to get a puppy.
Oh.
And then I know, right? And then one of the things that we were watching about kind of like dog etiquette on trail, or if you're portaging or whatever, is to really make your dog noticeable. Like make sure it has like a red bandana or an orange bandana, so people don't go, oh my God, it's a big bear. Oh my God, it's a big something come out of the forest or whatever. So
that's right.
I'm sure you're really in tune to that and other people and stuff like that when you're on trail. So
and it's also a Georgia state law that you can't have an unleashed dog on any state parks.
A statewide, okay.
Yeah, so we
in a state park.
Yeah. So we basically pretty much everywhere we've taken him so far, we have to keep him leashed.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's a huge people person.
Oh God.
So he loves to meet others, and we try to be careful because some people are not comfortable with dogs jumping on them. Which Duke is pretty good about not doing that.
Right.
But he does want to say hey if he can. So
sure.
I have to make sure anytime we're crossing somebody to be careful with him. So
Right on.
because he's a super sweet dog, but some people just get nervous.
Does he give good puppy kisses?
Oh yeah.
All the time.
Rachel lets him a little more than I do.
So are you one more thing about the gear, are you gonna start getting him his own stuff then too, and his own stuff for a pack and for him to learn how to carry? And
so right now, especially his breed, his growth plates are not done yet. So we need to wait a little bit longer before we buy him his own backpack. And I've already been Roughwear makes some really good ones. Like he has a Roughwear harness right now that's done excellent. We used it 7 days a week basically to walk him and stuff.
Okay.
And so I'm going to buy one of their backpacks when he's old enough. But I had done a lot of reading that don't put any weight on his back. Until
that's interesting.
Yeah. So,
good idea.
That's a really good idea for sure.
So, what is your favorite camp meal?
Ooh.
Oh, man, that's a big one. We I've said it a few times on our YouTube, but me and Rachel like to eat good food. So
love me some food.
Yeah, but I'm also about keeping weight down too. So like if it's the overnight trip, we'll splurge a little bit.
Oh yeah.
What's your? Are you asking your favorite dehydrated or
no? In general.
That can be hard.
Wow, that's a lot.
We can split it up into two parts. You can say what's your best fresh and what's your best dehydrated.
There you go. I like that.
That's a good one.
While you're thinking, do y'all know man, why am I not thinking of his channel right now? Is it Backpacking with Jason?
Yeah.
The Red River Gorge Master.
Yes. There you go. Yeah.
He and I say this not because of him, but I think of him. I love taking a ribeye out there.
Oh yeah.
Because if you got a skillet to do it overnight, it's easy and it tastes great, and it cooks easy too. So that's definitely my best like fresh meal.
Oh yeah.
You take it frozen, and by the time you get out there, it's thawed. But,
absolutely.
Yep. Steak on the first night.
Yeah. That's our thing. Steak on the first night.
That's right. Hey, look, we'll carry beer in if we can, if the place allows it too. So. But as far as dehydrated, I know Peak Refill is probably my favorite.
Yours is like the biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, that's really good. That's their newer
one. I like
one.
the chicken curry one.
Okay, so Rachel, I was waiting for someone to eat that, and give me a review, and I was like, thank God. So we just bought some, so that we're taking that.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Because we were buying them and trying them. And I was like, oh, what are we going to do? Whatever. And then I had seen nobody that ate the curry one.
We went for 2 weeks straight trying all different dehydrated. I was like, I'm gaining weight here.
I was like, guess who's having a backpacking meal side dish?
That's it. What's crazy about Peak Refill, I don't know if y'all noticed it, but we started it a couple years ago when they were a lot more younger. And there was a lot of people that took a while to adopt it. I don't know. I've just noticed that a lot of YouTubers, especially, are just now starting to try it. But
right. I agree.
I tried to tell a lot of people, I was like, it's really good. It's a lot better than Mountain House.
Yeah, so good.
And as far as boiling water and calorie intake and stuff like that, it just works a lot better.
Yeah, I feel like that you're the same way. We were kind of doing the side-by-side comparison, and then on the Mountain House, for example, you can't even read the ingredients. They're like,
no,
sorry, I don't have a science major.
It's nuts, right? So
right.
I feel really good. But you guys dehydrate your stuff, or have you started doing that?
We haven't,
Okay,
but
not yet.
it's been on my list to do a long time.
Mhm.
I would love to get one. I don't have a dehydrator right now. I want to get one. Everybody on YouTube knows I'm like a big backpacker, and that's my hobby. But I also have a lot of other little hobbies that are not on YouTube. So
Yeah.
I stay busy when we're not working.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I have to juggle what I can do. So
Oh yeah.
Well, if
So-
anybody in your family's listening, put the hydrator on the list, okay?
that's right. That's right.
And be surprised when you opened it.
Yep. And the Nesco 650, man.
Oh,
That's
it's so
that's a
good.
that's a good one. That's what we have. We use, and we need to definitely.
We need to get into a bit more because that's what we were saying when we were like, getting ready for our trip is that we decided to really mostly go with prepackaged stuff.
Yeah.
And I know
we were
could.
focusing more our
and
time on
we
getting
were,
ultralight
'cause
gear
we're
and not having the time to make the meals. and
Right,
stuff,
we
so.
were. But I feel like if we put a little more energy into it, I feel like we could obviously shut down on weight and space.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
I mean, that's the next step too, right? So,
I mean, 'cause
Right.
that
Yeah.
dehydrated packaging meal is just they weigh
Takes
a
up
lot.
yeah.
yeah, and they're awkward. And you gotta, pack them this way and this way and this way. But yeah, I know.
If you got to bring them in a canister too, it's just like stick it
Yeah,
all in
and-
there as best
Yeah.
you can. So
We haven't had to use that yet, so we just use like our bear bag and stuff like that
Oh,
too.
it's-
So we've been
Oh,
lucky,
nice.
if I
Right.
ain't got to use one, I don't use it.
right?
And everybody I talk to says the same thing. Like I think about our latest trip to Colorado, and like we had to cram stuff in it.
Stuff. Oh.
Yeah, and it was awful. So
I feel like it is awful.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't like that. Are you coffee or tea drinkers?
Coffee.
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 all the
We're
way.
huge coffee drinkers.
Yeah.
We're such snobs that we have coffee freshly roasted shipped to our house every week. So
Oh, pardon us.
yeah, I always say
Like
that.
my
I'm like,
brother.
this is how bad
Actually,
our
my-
addiction is.
You're a fancy pants. I like
Well,
that.
my brother's a little more up in that. He actually has a roaster in his house.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
real
man.
Can you
serious.
imagine
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
garage? I'm like, come on.
No, it's in the kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah, he orders in like 10-pound bags of this bean,
Oh,
and this
that's
bean,
so
and
cool.
they'll roast their own fresh coffee right there.
Oh.
It all started for me in college. I'm a carpenter as another hobby, and I was doing all their build out, and I could just smell the coffee in this business I was working for all the time. And then they all started getting me into like fancy coffee. And then ever since then, I've just been like all up in it.
Yeah.
And then so
It's so good.
we love.
I've
to drink
always
it.
drank black coffee though. Like
Yeah,
just
No cream
black
in love.
coffee?
it's
Yeah.
just black, nothing in it.
that's
You're
the only
awesome.
way to have it.
Right on, right on.
I love it.
What's your favorite piece of gear on the trail?
Ooh.
Oh man, that's
Oh
a big one.
God.
I know it's hard, isn't it?
I like
As far as what we're using right now, or just overall? Like
Overall, what is your favorite piece of gear to be out on the trail with?
Oh man, there's a lot of things.
I mean I like
Is there?
maybe
We'll simplify it. What's the one thing you can't live without when you're
Oh,
on
that's
the
a
trail?
good question then. Okay.
Ooh.
Now you're getting even more complex.
Yeah,
I can think of a lot of things. Just narrowing down to one. I'll say that like, as far as I'm a side sleeper, and that Nemo tensor has been my best friend for years now, and
Okay.
I don't go anywhere without that pad. So
Okay.
There you go.
That's
yeah,
a
I
good
mean,
one.
it doesn't bottom out at all, and that's a big thing to me. So,
Okay.
matter of fact, on that Smokies trip where that last morning we were there, I did a video on it. My Nemo tensor started leaking on me
Uh-oh.
in the middle of the night. And I woke up, and it's amazing how fast when you're laying on cold ground, it'll just suck the heat right out of you. So,
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
but I still
That
love
is
that
true.
pad.
Yeah.
Wow.
But side story.
Rachel?
What about you,
Oh,
Rachel?
God. I don't know.
You can tell them about the new piece of gear you got that you really like. I
Yeah,
saw that
what?
she had one too.
What'd you get?
It's for women.
Oh, what's it called? The
Kulu?
The Kula.
yes, that yes. I used it for the first time on the Oregon trip. I even we passed a couple of hikers, and some girl was like, "Oh man, you have one? Me too. We have the same color." And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, we're part of the
So-
Kulu group.
That's
Yeah.
right. It means
I love it,
Kula,
though.
honey.
Oh,
That's what Kula means. Yep.
is that what it means?
Yes, it does.
Oh, boy.
I love it. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it. No idea. It's a game changer.
It
Have you guys
is.
been caught in any kind of crazy weather where you've been like, oh my gosh?
What is
You know
the,
what I
mean?
What's the worst?
So y'all said you haven't been to Colorado yet, right? Or
We have not.
Colorado?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
So real well known thing about Colorado is that it storms like every afternoon up in
Yep.
up in the mountains, and like our latest trip, every night it stormed. Like we were trying to hustle to get to camp because it stormed. And like one of the nights or afternoons, we were on top of a mountain and we were trying to get off, and it started storming. And everybody knows you're not supposed to be on those peaks when it's storming.
Okay.
And we were hustling to get
I
down.
think I was hustling so fast. I feel like so fast I broke my phone.
Yeah, luckily she had a screen protector because she like cracked her phone when we were running so hard trying
I'm
to
a
get off.
clumsy hiker, so my foot just
Oh
slipped.
my
And my phone
gosh.
just whoosh.
And I just side topic. I just thought about a piece of gear that we both have fallen in love
Okay.
with. And y'all have got some of their gear.
Yeah,
Is
it's a fun thing.
the chicken tramper?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yes,
The water
I
ski.
love that.
I'm gonna do a video on it, and like those things are awesome. Like
They are awesome.
I have loved the gear we bought of theirs so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah, their
are.
stuff's really their stuff's solid.
Those guys were like amazing to work with. Like super amazing. Like we actually went to their house.
Oh wow.
Like so we were up in Houghton. We found them because they're from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have like, something
Local,
made as local as we could.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to custom. And I was like, that'd be really cool to, get up there. But it's like 9 hours for us to get, or 8 hours, 9 hours to get up there. But we ended up having an overlanding event just north of there. So it turned out perfectly.
Oh wow.
We met them and they sized us up and picked
Yep.
our colors.
Got our custom orders, picked our
cool.
colors, and they were in the midst. So I mean, this is just like an old house that they grew up in. They not grew up in, but they were working out of.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 weeks after we were there, they were moving into their new storefront shop. So
Okay.
so we're actually when we go back up that way, we're gonna pop in and
we'll probably have a beer with the guys or
show
whatever.
them the
So I'm
tag.
excited.
Yeah,
There's a
I
good
listened.
brewery up there.
Oh yeah, I listened to him on an interview with the Backpacking Podcast.
Yeah, with
Jeremiah
and-
Stringer and
and
John.
John. Yep.
And like I was like, I really liked the podcast, and then I found out they were both engineers, and I'm an engineer, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna try their gear out. So
Oh yeah. When we went into their living room, it was like, what do they have?
3D
A
printer.
3D printer, and they had like crazy cool like Star Wars stuff they had done, and just like fun stuff. You would have been like all over it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was really cool. It was cool. But yeah, no, again, like so pleased with their stuff. Absolutely. So tent, hammock.
Tent.
So more than anything, I think it's because I mean, wouldn't you say you like us being together in the tent?
Yeah,
right?
I like tent better.
I've dabbled with if doing any soloing that I'd like to get into hammock camping. When I was younger, matter of fact, on a couple of the kayaking trips I did with buddies, I had a hammock. And ever since we've been together, I've kind of just stayed in a tent. But
Great.
I would love to get in hammocks. We haven't really talked about it, but I know that there's some out there that can kind of tie close together. So I thought about maybe.
Yeah.
And if you want to, everybody knows if you want to invest well, it's expensive. So I kind of been, on the fence about it because I don't want to spend all the money. And then Rachel's like, I don't know if it's for me kind of thing. So.
Right. Agreed. So there was a guy that was on here earlier. His name is Devin, and he's from Salmon Outdoors, and he has an Instagram account. And he posted like, it looked like a double hammock, or it looked like,
cool.
but it was like a double, but almost like two singles together, but they had spreader bars. So it looked like, I don't know, it looked really cool. So I didn't even see who made it yet, but I was like, I'm going to look into this.
I feel like I've seen that same picture because I've seen something about that where it was like a couple laying in a hammock.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember where that was at though.
Yeah.
I know that Dutchware makes one that like
there you go.
Yeah, theirs will like tie together on one end so you're really close, but you got to find a third tree too.
Oh, yeah,
so
Clark.
yeah.
Right.
So somebody's already talking about it. I seen his. I haven't studied it too much, but I do know that he has one.
Okay. Go ahead and answer your question.
So when you guys are out on your trips, what do you look to get out of it?
Ooh, that's a good question.
There's a lot of answers to that question. Watch it, baby. Watch
Oh, shoot.
it. Do you want to go first on that one, or you?
Yeah, you go first.
So I'll say, for an example, is just to get I hate to say it this way, but get away from reality.
Oh,
I mean, I'll say, for example, when you're on the Timberline Trail, there's like 2 or 3 occasions where you'll pick up signal. And like, I was picking up, like notifications were coming through on my phone, But I was just like not looking at any social media or anything because I
That's
was like,
so nice.
yeah, I'm out here for 4 days separated, and my job requires me to be on my email a lot. And I was like, I ain't looking at nothing. So
That is nice.
I told everybody I wasn't going to be home and not available. So that's how I'm keeping it. So
That's the best.
yeah, that's one of the biggest things we enjoy is getting away. And
Yeah.
we love being together. And it's like our lives are pretty busy
yeah.
right now. So it's a great time for us just to be together.
On the move all the time.
It's almost like a detoxing
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Do you guys have quilts?
He does.
I do. And I think Rachel's about ready
Yeah.
to get one.
Okay.
It looks
Okay.
nice.
I was nervous there for a while for her she's a lot smaller than me and she sleeps a lot colder than I do. And I've always been like nervous, about drafts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And so, I still, for really cold weather, I still have a sleeping bag myself,
Sure.
but, I don't know. I've been looking around because I want to get one for her to experiment with, but I want to make sure that I don't like spoil it for her the first
Right.
time around, like she doesn't enjoy it. So I guess
I know
getting
that
conditions
Doc
right.
on here he said that REI like rents some gear out, I think. So I don't know if that's an option maybe like for you to
If y'all got one down there.
like to
Yeah.
try.
We do.
I don't
We do.
know.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like if you
About
maybe
that.
approach one of the stores, I bet they would do that.
Yeah.
And
You
I
know,
thought
as long as
about
it's maybe-
I didn't even think.
I thought about trading a night too and letting her use my quilt and
Mhm.
just to see how she likes it too.
Mhm.
Sure.
So, quilts are, I don't know, I think they're pretty awesome. So, I'm not going to spoil anything because there's some potential stuff coming out soon about that when we discuss it. So, I ain't going to say too much because I don't. That's
I was gonna ask if we can talk about it or not, but if it's a spoiler, then no, it's up to you.
Yeah. I'll just say there is a good video coming up with a lot of YouTubers have helped put this together. So I'll say that, and I won't say when, but it'll come soon.
Okay.
Cool.
It was a good idea. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's brilliant. I like that.
Thank y'all so much for contributing. By the way.
Oh gosh,
So,
it was fun. We had a good time doing it.
I'm not gonna say anything on here, but y'all's sleeping bags were pretty interesting too. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally.
Good.
So far, what has been the best trip y'all been on?
Oh.
Man,
that's
a really hard. We get asked that a lot, all the
Your
time.
mom
I
does
know.
all the time. Which one's
My mom, every time like we go to a new national park, she's like, okay,
which one's better?
Which one's better? And I'm like,
Yosemite or Zion? And I'm like, but
they're all unique,
completely different.
Right.
Right now, I don't know for Rachel. Right now, Oregon is topping pretty high for me right now, just because of how diverse it was.
It was.
There was a little everything on that.
Oregon.
Oregon, all around Mount Hood. So, that was a pretty awesome trip.
I mean, it was, Yosemite was awesome too.
Yeah.
Like Clouds Rest. I mean, it was only a day hike. I think 14 miles or something like that. But it was beautiful when you got to the top.
The Sierras are super pretty.
So, man, that's hard.
I love it.
One of our bucket list hike is we want to do like a week or two out on Mount Rainier.
Oh yeah. That's is it the Wonderland Trail that goes around?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that one is a lottery, but I told Rachel I'd love to do that one too. So
Cool.
I mean, there's so much dispersed camping on that thing, and it's crazy.
Exactly.
There's a ton of bear on there as well.
It's gonna be wild for sure.
So it's just a couple hours south from where my brother lives. So
that'd be perfect.
I was out there in 2014, and when you get it was pretty cool when I drove 2 hours and you could see her off in the distance, and you're thinking all you saw was clouds, and it's like, son of a bitch, it's things in clouds. I won't be able to see the top. But you literally, as you're driving up the mountain to get to the last point where you can go up into and to see her peak, you actually drive up through the cloud bank.
Wow.
And it's just like, so as I'm driving, it's like it's overcast. I said, man, this sucks. The next thing you know, you're going through this dense, thick fog pea soup stuff on a 2-track. Well, not a 2-track, but a 2-lane top. And then next thing you know, it's just like poof. You're like come through this big old cotton ball, and then all you see is blue sky and everything's clear as a bell.
Man. So it's gotta be gorgeous.
Right?
That's what.
Yeah, there's 16 remember researching there 16 glaciers on that mountain.
Wow.
That's crazy. Glacier Lakes. Yeah, wild.
It's pretty
16.
intense.
Have you
And,
guys done any like overlanding kind of stuff? Like, do you still have a truck?
Yes, we don't do much overlanding. I
Yeah.
noticed, man, forgive me if they're watching. One of the y'all interviewed them. There were a couple Outlander. They have a Tacoma.
Yeah.
I can't remember they followed us on Instagram, but I can't remember their name. I noticed that they have a Tacoma, same color as mine.
Okay.
I've got a TRD Pro Tacoma, and I love it, but it has not seen. I mean, it's been on dirt roads, but it has not seen much off road much.
Okay.
I baby it really bad.
Yeah.
So, but that was kind of my college present to myself after, and so it's always been
That's
like
cool.
You're a
But
little baby.
that. If we can find it,
Northwoods.
do I? Yeah, that's
Northwoods.
it. That's
Northwoods.
it.
I was like, who did we interview? But I was like, yeah, Northwoods. Right.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they're awesome.
yeah. So I noticed that they had one. And I was like, they got the same truck we do. So
Oh yeah.
I love that truck, but I do baby it, to be honest. So
You do.
it's like a pavement princess. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
So-
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. So you were saying you have like you little hobbies. Like, Rachel, do you do anything that
No.
Taylor doesn't do? Do you
Let's
Do you know what I
see,
mean?
do I do?
Like, for example,
Yeah.
John is a scuba diver. I don't scuba
Ooh.
dive.
Oh, that's cool. What's yours then?
Oh, that's a good question.
Huh?
I think she said, what's
She turned it
mine?
around on
yeah,
you.
she's like, back at you, Colleen.
We asked you first.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
dang. Oh, let me see. Man, Taylor's into so much. It's so hard not to have
I know.
the same.
You like to read and stuff.
I mean, we
I
do.
love to read. Like,
Right.
it sounds boring, but it's not.
No.
What's
No.
another? I'm
You
thinking.
knit, crochet, sew.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know.
No.
What was that?
Just
That was
throwing
random
very
things out
hilarious.
there.
No.
Not to sound lame, we're like avid show watchers too.
Yeah,
keep
we
up on
watch so many shows.
That's
that
awesome.
sounds boring, but
Okay, but we don't do this. But do you guys do that? Do you put like something on your phone so when you're in a tent, you're watching something?
yeah. So
Yes.
it's not on YouTube,
YouTube.
but so for us East Coast people, when you go to Pacific, it's 3 hours behind
yeah.
us. So when we wake up every day about 6 a.m., so that's 3 o'clock in the morning
Right.
there.
Sure.
So every morning we were like up and at 'em, ready to get on trail super early.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it has its downsides too, though, because
We
like
get to camp so early.
yeah, like we get started early because we get bored sitting there in the morning, and then like you get done early for the day, and you set camp, so we'll kind of hang out, have dinner, and then like
Well, you forgot the like cards.
yeah, we'll bring cards and stuff.
Yeah.
But the second night, we were at Elk Cove, which is one of the best spots there, and you can pick up signal there. It's kind of bad, but you can pick up signal.
Right.
And she downloaded a couple
movies for us to watch.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
we like laid in our tent the second night and watched the movie, and then the third night we did the same thing.
thing.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people do that though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird, not to cut you off, but it was kind of weird. Like
Yeah.
the second night we were in our tent and we were in a really good spot,
Yeah.
and like multiple people right at dark showed up right on
Like
top
a
of us
ton of
trying to find a
people.
spot to camp, and it was just like it
Whoa.
freaked me out because I was like, I didn't expect anybody to show up that late, and
Right.
then they were all hunting spots,
Mhm.
they were all nice people, but it was just
Right.
kind of it threw us off though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. We bring Yahtzee. That's what we do.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a
okay.
good one.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that works because
Yep.
we bought a miniature pack of Uno cards,
Yeah.
and then I forgot them.
And then Taylor's like,
Oh.
oh.
Yeah, and I didn't tell
yeah.
Rachel that until we got on trail. So I was like,
See,
just
another
FYI.
thing he doesn't tell me.
Oh,
Ah.
so do y'all have any camp juice on the trail?
Yeah, so so the Shield, are y'all familiar with Shield Brothers?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're big bourbon drinkers, and they got me
Oh.
turned on to getting into it. So
All right.
we're sampling some stuff.
Some stuff. Yeah.
And then if it's allowed, we'll carry like IPAs
IPAs.
and stuff like that. And like
Okay.
in the Smokies is one of the national parks you can carry alcohol. So like whatever will fit on the back of my net on my front pocket of my pack, I'll just throw it in there without carrying too much weight though.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
but we enjoy it when we can.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
Right.
something about getting back to camp and going a little, little nippy nip kind of thing. It's good,
Happy
right?
hour.
No,
That's
there
right.
you go. Doc just said bourbon pack smaller than
Yeah.
beer.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is.
That's why we're converting.
Oh.
That's why we've been converting is to cut down on weight. So we've been trying to sample some bourbon.
Yeah, they've been good.
Yeah, they've been good so
that.
far.
But Georgia's not bourbon country. That's more north of you, right?
That's right.
You want to get like to
Yeah.
Kentucky or whatever and stuff
That's
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
one of my coworkers, real quick. He's from Kentucky, and I got him to go up there and get me a couple of things while he was up there.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, very
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Very good. There's so many choices now. It's crazy. And I
Yeah.
never used to like it, but I like a little sips every once in a while now too.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. John loves it though. A couple
Oh.
of bourbons and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like. I mean, one of my faves is Long Branch by Wild Turkey. So
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
I've seen
Okay.
Seen that one.
the Matthew McConaughey and what's his name, Jimmy.
I don't know.
He's the owner there, the
No,
bourbon maker.
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know what's on the bottle.
It's on the bottle.
But anyways, it's a Long Branch, and it has to do with the two states coming together, kind of a thing.
Okay.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that's how the name came about. so.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
What's your meal when you get off trail? When you're
Oh.
done hiking, this is it. What are you craving? Is it something cold? Do you want what do you want?
I want greasy, salty, I mean, just like example, Oregon. Taylor was like, well, what was the one we went to McDonald's? And
Colorado.
I mean, I haven't put so much McDonald's down my throat.
And we're not big.
Like,
We're
Wow,
not
that's a
big.
beauty eating right there.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not big fast food people.
Yeah, we're
so
not.
like that's one of the rare times we eat it.
And then Wendy's,
Right.
you were at Wendy's
Yeah.
after Oregon, and he kept ordering, and the guy's like, "So, are anything else?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's the frosty, the nuggets. You got nuggets, burger, fries, like."
But-
Oh,
and
like
I-
a bottomless pit.
I know, right?
Keep on
He
coming.
eats so much food, and I don't know where it
Well,
goes.
that usually like that last day of trail, I'm always thinking about what we're about to eat when we get off.
We
It's
all
kinda-
do. We all do.
Yeah.
It's weird. Why does it feel like it's
like,
so
it's
fun?
like, whether it's a slice of pie and a cold beer
Yeah.
or a
Oh.
burger or
Burger and a beer or whatever that is, right?
Oh,
There's just
so
something. It just
good.
tastes extra delicious,
delicious.
you know,
Ooh,
right?
Ribs
Yes.
sound good right
Ribs
now.
sound good.
Urban cooking.
And it's just like it's such a good feeling because you're coming off the adrenaline of completing it, and then like any food tastes good because you're
Good.
tired
Oh,
of eating
yeah.
dehydrated food.
Right.
so
Yeah, you are.
anything's good.
Oh
so
gosh. I feel like this was a pretty good giggle fest tonight. This was
Oh,
fun.
it was. I laughed so hard.
Oh, you guys have been so much fun.
Oh,
Oh,
we
good.
really
So-
enjoyed it.
we totally appreciate y'all coming on. the
I
show tonight.
know. So
Always.
everybody, make sure we got to put their info up there again. We
Yeah,
have
I'll get it. I got
Southern
you.
Hike. We have Rachel Taylor,
And
Twitter.
Duke.
Oh, and Duke. Yep, the puppy.
Yep.
I know,
Chewing
right?
on my shirt.
Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Timberline Trail is the latest series coming, right? So we have number 1 and number
Number
2.
two.
Number 2 is just tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
Looking for gear reviews. I mean, check these two out. You got it all covered, I feel like. And you've been so much fun. Like, honestly. Oh gosh. Love it.
We've super enjoyed, and let's go to Pictured Rocks.
Yeah.
Done. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Absolutely. For
I'd
sure.
love to do that. I know
You
that
got
you'd have to wait to probably next year to get a permit, but we'd love to do that.
Yep. Done. We
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
been there, so we'll put it on the list.
Big
Okay.
chunk of the rocks fell
Right.
into the lake earlier this year.
Oh wow.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Actually look it up. Look up Picture Rock slab fall, and it was actually someone actually filmed it.
They were in the water on a pontoon boat. Yeah, it was
And-
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
A
Mhm.
huge wave.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. It was
Luckily,
wild.
no one was near the trail when it fell in.
Yeah, no joke.
wow.
But
Jeez.
I know.
some of our friends were actually there. What, it was a week after?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, a week before it happened. Yeah, you were there 2 weeks.
Oh, when Miyagi was I think they were a little bit there earlier than that. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah. So,
But he
not
had it on
that-
the show. Mm-hmm. Yep.
pretty interesting.
I
so.
know. It's wild. Anything that can happen for sure. You're
All right,
awesome.
y'all. Well, you thank you so much again for coming on the show.
And we're gonna send you your little Mick stuff that you're absolutely gonna love.
Awesome.
Yay!
Awesome.
right when you can have a fire somewhere.
I
Yeah,
know,
sure.
I know, I know.
It's all right. You hold tight, and we'll be right back with y'all.
Okay,
Okay,
sweet.
Stick
cool.
around.
Well, that was fun.
Super fun. I feel like I said earlier, I kind of felt like I've known them for a long time.
Oh, you follow their stuff, you watch their videos.
I don't know. That was really fun. Loved it. Love those two.
Yeah.
I know. So Southern
Love the
High.
color of the dog.
I know. Yeah. Sorry, Taylor and Richard. We just love your puppy now.
Yep. Sorry.
Happy puppy day, dude.
Duke just went to the top.
Yeah,
of the
he
list.
did. Oh, yeah. I feel like he's probably number one in the household anyway. So, anyways, everybody, thanks so much for watching.
Yes.
Just quick reminder, no backcountry couples next week because this girl's going home.
To the other home.
I'm going to the other home. I'm going to Canada. So excited for that. And we will see you in 2 weeks with a premiere recorded interview video. It'll still be interactive. There'll still be a chat.
Yep.
But not, and our guests are going to be in the chat as well. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
And
make sure if hey, you know anybody, brothers, cousins, sisters, whoever wants to come on the show, couples, hit us up at keelquest@gmail.com.
I feel like there's been lots going on out there for sure.
Yep. And of course, hey, y'all want to show our sponsor some love, hit up Mitwick. Go check out
Which
his
we love.
their website. And they got a lot of really cool stuff.
They do.
There's some really cool people that are part of the Mitwick.
The adventurers.
The adventurers.
Mhm, yeah, they're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. They're all really, really cool.
Yeah.
Well, again, y'all, thank you so much for joining the
Thank
quest
you.
tonight.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Always.
It is.
It's always a good time.
It is. I feel like my cheeks are like, so I've been smiling and giggling a lot tonight.
Yeah, you got
Which is good.
They're a little stretched out.
I
there,
know,
darling.
I know, which is awesome. It's a sign of a good show, right?
Of course.
And good people.
Yes.
Mhm. All right.
So, y'all, you have the rest of the week. Have an excellent weekend. We'll see you all on the next quest.
Bye.
Cheers.